Before this video begins, I wanted to give a big shout out over to Todd Walsh, one of the main broadcasters for the Arizona Coyotes, who had this 5-minute beautiful video where he went out there and talked about his experience with the Arizona Coyotes, how he became one of the main guys in the broadcasting crew, how he has grown alongside of the team and shared his experience with these beautiful people. Because today, as everybody knows, everybody expected it, the NHL Coyotes are officially no longer. Last night was the last ever game. They beat the Oilers, and it was a really emotional time in the arena, seeing the fans, the whiteout, seeing the ice girls crying on the ice, seeing the players and the body language, seeing the fans, seeing the media, everybody there. It was so emotional to watch the Arizona Coyotes' last ever home game that seeing this news, not even 24 hours later, just kind of feels more like a gut punch, you know? And I get it. You could say, Lego, you're a Vancouver fan. Why are you going out there and talking about the Coyotes like this? Like, why are you getting all senti about this team out of all teams? And this is more than just the Arizona Coyotes in particular. This is about the fans. This is about an owner who did not do his part in upholding what an owner needs to do to allow a hockey team to run properly in this market. Hockey in Arizona was not failed because of the fans. It's not failed because of the people that were involved in the organization, on the ice or whatever. It's the guy up top. The lack of land, not paying your hotel fees, not paying your building fees, not paying your workers, all this crap that went down with the Arizona Coyotes had led to this, an unjust experience for a fan base that really didn't deserve this, as the Arizona Coyotes have now been officially sold to Utah. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is the second quote-unquote relocation that I am living through. I last saw the Atlanta Thrashers move from Atlanta to Winnipeg, but admittedly I wasn't that big of a hockey fan at that time. I was kind of getting into hockey right when the Thrashers left, so I didn't really know too much of the implications. I didn't really understand what was happening. I was just like, oh, Atlanta's going to Winnipeg. Cool. But now that I'm older, I'm now 23, turning 24 years old, I'm able to look at this Arizona-Utah situation and understand a little bit more, hey, this is actually really bad. Like, not bad as in, oh, hey, Salt Lake City's getting a team that's really bad. No, it's more so bad because of the way people are being unjustly treated. How people are going to be losing their jobs in Arizona. How a hockey team full of players that didn't really consent to going to Utah in the first place are going to Utah forcefully because they have no choice. How a fan base that was built in Arizona is now getting their favorite team ripped away from them. How people like Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes were products of the Arizona hockey experience. How there were programs and youth people going out there and just getting invested into the sport. Hockey was growing in a market where there was no ice, no snow, no whatever. This was a brand new thing, and Arizona, one of the best TV markets in the world, just was not able to hold down a team properly because the owner just didn't do a good job being an owner. So, with all this in mind, Salt Lake City, they're now getting themselves an NHL team, and with all the stuff going on here, there are a few articles published. I mean, we could take a look at this. Full details. The board approves an establishment of a new franchise in Utah, future reactivation of the Arizona franchise should conditions be met. So this, of course, is another thing that we could also talk about as well, how because there's no more team in Arizona, all of a sudden, Arizona has become the #1 expansion potential team. Should Alex Marullo get the land in June, and should they actually be able to build a proper arena? But we'll see. It'll take a few years for that to go through. This, of course, is going to be available in the description if you want to go ahead and read it. It's kind of cut off from the video. I apologize for that. But essentially, Ryan and Ashley Smith, the same people that own the Utah Jazz, they're going to be owning the Salt Lake City, Utah NHL team. As everyone knows, Utah is a vibrant and thriving state, and we are thrilled to be a part of it, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said. We are also delighted to welcome Ashley and Ryan Smith to the NHL family and know they will be great stewards of the game in Utah. We thank them for working so collaboratively with the league to resolve a complex situation in this unprecedented and beneficial way. The NHL's belief in Arizona has never wavered. We thank Alex Merulo for his commitment to the franchise and Arizona, and we fully support his ongoing efforts to secure a new home in the desert for the Coyotes. We also want to acknowledge the loyal hockey fans of Arizona who have supported their team with dedication for nearly 3 decades while growing the game. We are honored to bring an NHL team to Utah and understand the responsibility we have as stewards of a new NHL franchise, said Ashley and Ryan Smith, owners of Smith Entertainment Group. This is a transformative day for our state and our fans. Our intention had always been to pursue an expansion team. Commissioner Gary Bettman conceived and proposed an ingenious plan that would allow us to acquire an NHL franchise while also helping to address and remedy an immediate need of the NHL. When he approached and asked us for help in resolving this situation, we made the bold decision to introduce a new franchise in Utah, fully understanding that we are stepping up to do something in a time frame and way that has never been done before in professional sports under these circumstances. Yeah, the Phoenix team was not able to pay their building fees and not pay their hotel fees, so you took off the trash. We are building a Stanley Cup contending team in Utah and are thrilled to welcome incredible players, coaches, staffs, and their family. Today is a great day for Utah, for hockey, and for building a legacy that will have a lasting impact for generations to come. Now, of course, I'm not going to go out there and say, like, oh, the Smiths are bad guys for taking the Arizona team and bringing it to Utah. That's not really the problem here. It's just the way in which a team has been granted to Utah. You could very well say it's a huge benefit at the loss of a whole bunch of other people in Arizona. And I'm honestly starting to get a little sentimental thinking about the Arizona part of it, because there were so many fans and people stepping up and talking about this on social media. Hey, our hockey team is going away. There was a YouTube video I saw of a guy talking about how his favorite hockey team is no longer going to be a team, and that was really emotional to watch. I don't know, man. Sports, they can get to people sometimes, right? Ryan Smith also, this is a tweet from Pierre LeBrun, he won't rush into a new team name. It will be Utah as opposed to Salt Lake City in the team name. That much has been decided. Okay, so Utah. But as far as the nickname, SEG will take their time with it, even if it means starting next season without a new nickname. Yeah, okay, so is there a potential possibility where it's like, yeah, we're just watching the Utah team, not any, like, team name, just a Utah? Yeah, this is going to be weird, isn't it? We also had ourselves some graphics posted by the NHL and Delta Center, etc., etc. Also, just to give a little bit more of an insight to this, the NHL posted this on their Instagram page earlier today. Everything you need to know about the NHL in Utah. Can we zoom in? Yeah, let's make that a little bit bigger. So, firstly, right here, who are the owners? The franchise will be controlled and owned by Smith Entertainment Group, led by Ryan and Ashley Smith. That's them right there. Where will they play? Utah will play its games at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah, starting in 2024-2025. The divisions will remain the same. Utah will be snuck in there in the Central Division with Chicago, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, and Winnipeg. Everything else is remaining the same here. What are the colors and names? That is coming soon. The Coyotes franchise is transferring its hockey assets, including its full reserve list, roster of players, and draft picks, and hockey operations department to Utah. Utah is starting as an entirely new franchise. The history of the Coyotes will stay behind. Today is a great day for Utah, for hockey, and for building a legacy that will have a lasting impact for generations to come. So this is actually the slide that I am most intrigued by. How Utah is starting as an entirely new franchise and the entire history of the Coyotes will stay behind. Technically, it's the same team. Technically, it's the same group of people coming from one city to another, but the history appears to stay in Arizona. So I think what this means is if the Arizona Coyotes come back, if there's an expansion Arizona team, Alex Merulo wins the land, they get another team, then I think they'd have the possibility of retiring Shane Doan's number and having all the history attached there. Does that mean the records would be the same? Like, oh, Arizona Coyotes 2.0 franchise record and games played would still be held by Doan? I don't think those numbers will transfer over to Utah. If you tried to use this rule and apply it to the current Winnipeg Jets, for example, it would mean that the current Jets have, let's say, Teemu Selanne and all that stuff on their record books and not Arizona's technically, or I guess now it's going to be Utah. Wait, where does Teemu Selanne's record go? Is that going to be Arizona or Utah? Man, this is getting confusing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about all this weird stuff with the stats and the numbers and everything, and what are your overall opinions about how the Arizona Coyotes have officially been sold to Salt Lake City, Utah. The Utah hockey team is going to be here, not Salt Lake City, it's going to be Utah. But, yeah, no more Arizona hockey. Very upsetting. Very unfortunate. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.